Good evening and a very warm welcome to yet another edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio, bringing you the news for the News First team. I'm Theruni Karnaratna. Let's start off with your headlines for this evening.
News First headline.
No new agreement on Palk, Strait and Katchatheevu, says Foreign Minister. Prepare for presidential election. National Election Commission issues statement to government institutions. 4 sailors dead after consuming liquid in a bottle found adrift at sea. Sri Lanka pledges support at UN Chiefs of Police Summit. In news overseas, Iran warns Israel of obliterating war if it attacks Lebanon. And in sports, unbeaten India and South Africa come face to face in bid for glory at ICC Men's T20 World Cup final. On to our lead story this evening, Minister of Foreign Affairs Ali Sabri confirmed that no new agreement has been reached with India regarding the boundaries of the Palk Strait and the Katchatheevu issue. Minister Ali Sabri told News First that there have been no discussions between the two countries on this matter. Minister Sabri's statement comes in response to a report in India's The Hindu newspaper on Friday, which claimed a new agreement had been reached between India and Sri Lanka regarding the Palk Strait and Katchatheevu. While citing an official statement, The Hindu reported a new agreement but did not provide any details about the agreement's content. Now, despite the report, Minister Ali Sabri reiterated that no such discussions have taken place. Meanwhile, the Election Commission issuing a statement has informed the relevant institutions, including government institutes, to prepare for a presidential election. Chairman of the National Election Commission RAML Ratnayaka said that the government press, police, Ceylon Electricity Board, National Water Supply and Drainage Board and other institutions were informed of the preparations in a letter. Additionally, the chairman of the National Election Commission said that the district assistant and deputy election commissioners were informed through a circular to prepare a statistic on the number of officers and vehicles required for a presidential election. The circular also informed the district assistant election commissioners to prepare the polling stations via Grama Niladari officers. Government press also confirmed that preparations for the election are underway, as informed by the Election Commission. Government printer Ganga Kalpani Lianage highlighted that the total cost for the printing related to the elections is being estimated, since all costs including the price of raw materials have increased compared to the previous years. On to more local news now. 4 sailors died after consuming a liquid in a bottle that they found adrift in sea. Director General of Fisheries Susanta Kahavatta said that 2 other sailors who consumed the liquid are in critical condition. He added that they are being brought back ashore. The Sri Lanka Navy said that the sailors had found the bottle adrift in the sea, about 320 nautical miles south of Tangol. Medical advice was given to the sailors with the intervention of the Sri Lankan Navy. Police say that the multi-day fishing trawler had departed the Tangol fishing harbour on the 4th of June for fishing activities. Meanwhile, the fishing community in Tangol engaged in a protest this evening, demanding that the sailors in critical condition be brought ashore. They blocked the Tangol-Matra main road in Pallikkaduwa. Our News First correspondent says that the protest disrupted vehicular movement on the road. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka has offered to contribute specialized police units to combat emerging global security threats. This is according to a statement delivered by Minister of Public Security Tiran Alas at the recent UN Chiefs of Police Summit 2024.
The threats to peace have become more diverse and complex than ever before. Violent conflicts have been on the rise during the last 2 decades. Protection of civilians has become a critical concern in many conflict-ridden areas, with the humanitarian landscape becoming increasingly hostile with non-traditional threats. New advanced technologies have opened new domains of security concerns, such as cybersecurity and autonomous weapon systems, together with the abuse of ICT for criminal purposes and the induction of mercenaries. I am confident that the Sri Lanka formed police unit, which is at readiness level 3, stands by with the capacity to handle the emerging security landscape. Madam Chair, organized crime, gang violence and illicit economies are rapidly on the rise. This is becoming a growing challenge to international peace. It is therefore imperative that the United Nations consider deploying specialized police teams with experience and skills to counter this menace. Sri Lanka is willing to contribute police, gendarmerie and criminal justice experts with experience and skills to counter such threats and to share the knowledge and experience with any host nation. Sri Lanka stands ready to partner in this noble endeavor.
Let's now take a look at international news.
International news.
Iran's United Nations mission said that the Islamic Republic has warned Israel against full-scale military aggression in Lebanon and said it would lead to an obliterating war. The mission wrote in a post on X late on Friday that all options, including the full involvement of all resistance fronts, are on the table, referring to an Iran-aligned armed groups across the region. It called Israel's threats to attack Hezbollah in Lebanon psychological warfare and propaganda. The border between the two countries has witnessed daily exchanges of fire between Israeli forces and Hezbollah since the current conflict in Gaza broke out on the 7th of October 2023. Fears of full-blown war grew this month after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel was preparing for a very tense operation on the border with Lebanon. Let's now take a look at your sports news.
Sports news.
India faced South Africa in a clash of two sides undefeated thus far this ICC Men's T20 World Cup. India seek to reclaim the trophy they last won in the inaugural 2007 edition, while South Africa are into the final for the first time after 7 previous World Cup semi-final defeats in all formats. The match kicks off tonight at 8 p.m. at the Kensington Oval in Barbados. And with that, we bring to a close this Saturday's final edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio. For details of all these stories and much more, simply visit our website www.newsfirst.lk or follow us on our social media platforms. As always, thank you very much for watching. Take care and you have a good night.